What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in a building with another banger. Now, first things first, before we get started, I gotta go ahead and say thank God for another day and another opportunity. Now, as y'all can see from the looks of the title and the screen, today I'm gonna be bringing y'all a very special build today. The Rim Protector BOL, aka Catfish build in NBA 2K23 on next gen. Now, I'm telling y'all, there's plenty of big centers in NBA 2K23, but not ones that can dominate both on offense as well as the defense at the same time. Now, with this game, it's all about skill, agility, as well as speed. And one of my favorite builds right now has to be the one that I created for BOL. Now, with this build, it's going to allow you to take advantage of his 7'2" body frame. And I'm telling y'all, we're actually going to be able to get great stats in all 4 categories today, including the physicals. Now, not only is this the best center and big man build to use to dominate in NBA 2K23, but if you're looking for a true, unique build, this is going to be the one for you to be able to dominate on both ends of the floor. Now, with this build, we're going to be able to get big man standing contact dunks, which will allow us to posterize our defenders in the paint. Now, also on top of all that, we have a lot of potential when it comes down to the actual attributes. So look, you have the potential, if you follow every single step today, to get a 100 plus when it comes down to the close shot, standing dunk, post control, three-pointer, interior defense, block with both the offensive and defensive rebound. Now, if you want to make any adjustments as we go into the breakdown of this build, go ahead and do so. I think that this is going to be the most unique and accurate BOL build for NBA 2K23. One of the best defenders that I've possibly made at the height of 7'2". And not only that, but I'm telling y'all, we're really going to be a monster on both ends of the floor. And I don't think that there's one single build that's going to be able to stop this one. So look, before we get any further into today's video, if it's your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. And I would appreciate it if everybody went ahead and smashed that like button. But be sure also to comment down TG for thank God and where you're tuning in from watching today. And I most definitely will be hitting y'all back with the response. So as you can see right here, we did create this build to come out to be a rim protector. Let's go ahead and get started with the creation. So we got to go ahead and put it under the center position today. Now, when it comes down to the actual body settings, this is going to be another crucial part about this build. So if you were listening, we're going to go with the height of 7'2". Now for the weight, I'm going to go ahead and put this to 220, 7'8" for the wingspan, and then for the body shape, just to be exactly like BOL, I would go ahead and pick slight. Now, this is going to set us up perfectly to get into the attributes. And first, let's go ahead and get started with the physicals. So for the speed, I'm going to go with the 65, 54 acceleration, 76 strength, 75 vertical with a 90 stamina. Now, if you have the gym rat badge, which I'm sure a lot of you do, or you do the Gatorade facility workouts, you get a +4 put towards this area. So the numbers pretty much will be a 69 speed, 58 acceleration, 80 strength for this build. I'm telling y'all, works perfectly on the defensive end, which does not allow us to get bullied down low. Now with the vertical, this is going to read a 79 with a 94 stamina. And if you want to make any adjustments towards this area, go ahead and do so. From here, let's go ahead and check out what we're going to be looking like with the offense as far as for the finishing. Now, when it comes down to this area, we get a total of 24 badges. For the close shot, I'm going to go with an 85, 76 driving layup, 80 driving dunk, 90 standing dunk with an 80 post control. Now, take into consideration with this build, the better you play, gradually your stats will go up. Now, with the badges for this area, I like Limitless Takeoff and Pro Touch with Slithery. Also Fearless Finisher. Now for tier 2, I'm looking at Back Down Punisher and Posterizer. And for tier 3, I'm happy that we made this build to be able to still get bully. But we're also going to be able to maintain fast twitch as well as rise up without adding any extra badges into this area. Now this is what we're going to look like on the inside. Let's go ahead and get started with the shooting. Now for the mid-range shot, I'm going to go with the 73. 83 for the three-pointer, and free throw will be a 71. Now we get 18 badges for the shooting, and I like the fact that out of tier 1 we get Silver Agent 3, Amped on Gold, MIDI Magician, Space Creator, and Volume Shooter. Then from there, I'm looking at Green Machine on gold. And then when it comes down to tier 3, I'm happy that we're still able to unlock limitless range. Now with this badge count, we have everything that we need so far when it comes down to the offensive end. Let's go ahead and check out what we're going to look like for the playmaking. I actually did bring y'all a build like this in the past without putting too much into the playmaking, but today I'm going to make a minor change towards that. So let's go ahead and get started. Now these numbers are completely optional. I made it to where we get 10 badges, and for pass accuracy I'm going to go with a 71, 58 for both ball handle and speed with ball, and these two numbers are really optional, so go ahead and go about this however you'd like. But with boost, we will be able to get a 60 plus for both of these areas. Now for the 10 badges, I like Client Breaker as well as Quick First Step. Vice Grip is solid, and if you add up to 6 extra badges on this build, we will be able to get Unpluckable on the silver tier if you want to go that extra route. Now if you want to higher the pass accuracy in order to maintain this as well, you can definitely do so, but I think it's really going to be best to save the rest of the defensive stats for last. So let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of this area. Now for the interior defense, I'm going to go with an 80, 35 right here, 32 for the steal, 93 block, 82 offensive rebound, with a 75 defensive. Now with these 21 badges, I'm looking at Challenger, Glove and Interceptor, also Gold Box Out Beast, Hall of Fame Chase on Artist with Silver Post Lockdown. That's really going to help us out on the defensive end. But for tier 3, we get Gold Anchor, Pogo Stick, Rebound Chaser with Brick Wall. Now look, in total, if you add everything up together, we're going to start off rip with the extra badges from my career with a total of 77. Now go ahead and add +1 for each season completed, and we easily have the potential for right now to at least get 81 badges. Now I really think that this is going to be the best version of BOL that we can make, especially when we do make him at the height of 7'2", with the weight and wingspan how we did. Now when it comes down to the takeovers, we get the sharpshooting, rim protecting, glass cleaning, as well as the post scoring. Now if you want to be able to get a 100 plus when it comes down to the 3-pointer, first I would highly recommend picking limitless range to get that +10. Now the second area, if you want to get a 100 plus towards your defensive or towards your close shot as well as the finishing, I would go ahead and pick post playmaking, advanced post moves, or you can even go with power backdowns. Now either of these options is definitely okay, and if you wanted to, you can double up on the defensive takeovers. Ones that I would consider would be Paint Intimidation and See the Future Takeover. I'm really going to leave this up to y'all, but just take into consideration the boost that we do get and are able to apply. So let's go ahead and check out the build to make sure that we made it correctly. And if you followed every single step today, we should be getting these 3 comparisons. And as y'all can see, we have created the one-of-a-kind rim protector BOL build, which also can be considered a catfish. Now look, if you made it this far into the video, let me know what y'all thought about this build. Would you make any changes or adjustments, and have you made it yourself? Now from here, let's go ahead and check out what the full potential of this build will be. Now just a quick reminder, if you buy your own boost, that's going to be a +5. Now if you run with a teammate that has on Hall of Fame Floor General, that's going to be a +4. And remember, like I said earlier, the better you play, your stats will go up gradually. And then also the +10 from 2 separate takeovers. Now with all this added up, that's at least a +20 towards a few different areas of this build. Just one thing to take into consideration. But from here, let's go ahead and get started when it comes down to the badges. Now for the finishing, on tier 1, I'm going to go with Fearless Finisher, Limitless Takeoff, Slithery, as well as Pro Touch. Now for tier 2, I like Posterizer. And then for tier 3, I did make the adjustments to get 3 gold badges, Fast Twitch, Masher, and Rise Up. Now this is one of those areas that if you did decide to throw extra badges towards, we're also going to be able to get Bully. Now for the shooting, I like Agent 3 and Amped. From there, I like Space Creator with Volume Shooter. Now for tier 2, I like Green Machine as well, paired up with Core Limitless Range. Now with that sharpshooting takeover, I'm telling y'all, the shooting is really going to go crazy on this build, especially for a 7'2" height. Now if you want to make adjustments, go ahead and do so. But I think the most essential part about this shooting area is going to be the 2 badges of Space Creator as well as Volume Shooter. Now for the playmaking, I like Client Breaker. From there, I'm going to go with Bailout, Break Starter, and Quick First Step. and my core badge will be gold vice grip. Now look, if you did decide to throw your extra badges into this area, we're going to be able to get unpluckable on the silver tier, and that is one way that I would definitely go about the making of this build. Now for the defensive end, instead of going with Challenger, I'm going to go with Glove and Interceptor. From there, I'm going to drop down from gold to silver for Box Out Beast. Post Lockdown will be able to get equipped then. And then for the Hall of Fame badge, I'm going to go with Chase Down Artist. Now for tier 3, I like Anchor on gold with Rebound Chaser. And this is pretty much the setup that we would be running when it comes down to the badges. Now here's going to be a few different jump shots that we can pick and create from, just to give y'all an idea of what this build can actually do all around. But again, if you did make it this far into the video, I just want to say thank you so much for your support. More so than anything, thank God for another day and another opportunity. And if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. Smash that like button, and I would appreciate it if everybody commented down TG for thank God and where you're tuning in from watching today, and I most definitely will be getting back to y'all with a response. But with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.